Apparently, adult friendship has been on my mind for years. I don't know, because this next entry that I'm going to talk about, day 89 of my sabbatical, the name of the video diary is called Cultivating Adult Friendship. Not sure what I'm going to say about it. I know on my current channel, my YouTube channel, your Gen X Big Sister playlist, I've talked a lot about friendship and really have gained a huge perspective. So many of you agree that it becomes really, really difficult at our age to find new friends, to nurture the ones you have, to have deeper friendships, etc. And then I've been kind of surprised to learn over the last few months how many of you have zero interest in friendships at all, that you're fine without it. And you've shared many, many, many stories of trauma and betrayal and frustration and, in trying to give up your people pleasing ways. Unfortunately, part of that has been giving up friendships. I am not in that camp, and I'm hoping more and more of you are not. I think us Gen X women need each other, and we are going to continue to need each other for this third act of our life. So that is an important topic I'm going to keep talking about here. But for those who have missed it, my name is Amy Palmer. I am your Gen X Big Sister, and this particular playlist is a series where I'm revisiting my summer sabbatical from 2022. So 4 years ago, I took a 90-day sabbatical to rest, to reset, to heal, to figure out what I wanted the next phase of my life to look like. And I have been strongly recommending from the top of the mountains to anyone that'll listen how important it is for you to take some sort of break, pause, rest to gain your own clarity. So we're coming to the end of this series. This is day 89. I think the sabbatical lasted like 92 days or something like that. It was an entire summer. Day 89, Cultivating Adult Friendship. Let's see what I said about it. Hello, this is Amy coming at you live from Horseheads, New York. Wrapping up a really spectacular girls' weekend. I'd like to take a couple of minutes to talk about cultivating and nurturing and maintaining adult friendships, especially as people's lives go in different directions. One of the things that I've been enjoying this summer is reconnecting with old friends, reconnecting with people who have been very significant to me at various parts in my life, and just sort of catching up with them and finding out what's happening now and just sort of rekindling those friendships. And we this weekend we had some conversation around that, about what it takes to do that, especially when people start taking different paths and have different things going on in their life. And one of my friends mentioned about how after some time she had to let go of some friendships, some friends that didn't necessarily reciprocate, didn't necessarily meet her halfway or give as much to the friendship or the relationship as she had. And it got me thinking. It got me thinking that as a single person and someone with no children, in order to keep friendships alive over the long term, it has required me on many different occasions to be the one who's going more than halfway, that's doing most of the work, or going out of my way to be there or to see them or to make the plans, initiate the contact, etc. And I realized that years ago I had to let go of being attached to that in any way, and so that I had to sort of disconnect from taking that personally. Otherwise I would have eliminated some quality people from my life, and I need them in my life. To have a full life, I need a bigger scope of friends than somebody who has built-in friendships with their immediate family, with their husband and with their couple friends and with the friends of the parents of their kids' friends, that whole thing. I don't have that. So I have to cultivate a pretty diverse, widespread group of friends, for various reasons: acquaintance friends, friends to do activities with, friends to travel with, friends to connect with, the ones that you're connected with most tightly, like the emotional connection there. So I thought I would put that out there. My question to you is, are there quality people from different points in your life that you've lost touch with, and would you like to have them back in your life? And don't hesitate to be the one doing more of the heavy lifting when and if it's necessary. Now, I want to caveat that to say, I don't want to misframe what my friend was saying, because I understand what she was saying about wanting reciprocal relationships and friendships. I have gotten better at selecting friends. If I have my own way to be able to discern whether that person cares as much about me as I do about them. And if they care about me as much as I care about them, and if they are there for me when I need them to be there for me as much as I am for them, then I'm more than willing to do more of the heavy lifting and not take it personally when they're not able to do the same, or when they don't initiate in the same amount of times, they don't travel to meet me the same number of times, etc. So just thought I'd share that. I'm really, really glad that I've gotten to this point, because one of the things that I'm hugely grateful for this summer is I have so many amazing quality friendships and connections in my life that just make me, like, my heart is just like so full with it. And I am enjoying deepening those connections and continuing those connections and adding to it. So hope you all have a great rest of the weekend, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Yes, I I agree with everything that 2022 Amy said about friendships, and it triggered a lot of thoughts, a lot of reminders for me, because one of the things I loved about that sabbatical is I did intentionally prioritize rekindling some friendships that needed some nurturing and attention, and really reaped the fruits of that. Enjoyed it. And then I think in the last year and a half ish, some of those have waned again, not by choice, just by circumstance, just by busyness. So it kind of reminded me, in fact, as I was listening to myself talk, I was thinking about a couple of people that I need to reach out to, that I need to reconnect with, and trying to figure out when's the next time I can see them. How can I work that out? So that's what that that did for me. But I agree with the points I was making here. A lot of you will not agree with me. I have to say that, like, my inner circle, like my closest besties, yeah, there needs to be a give and take. I can't be the one pulling the heavy load all the time. I can't be the one putting most of the effort in all the time. It has to be a little more even. And with my closest besties, absolutely that is. There may be a season where that's out of whack, but in general, absolutely. For my friends that fall in other categories, like adventure friends, social friends, hobby friends, interests friends, like companionship friends that I truly enjoy, but they're not my besties. I don't pay attention to who's putting in the most. I just don't. When there's something that I want to do, or there's somebody that I want to see, or there's a place that I want to go, and there's someone that I think would go well with that, or wants to go, or whatever, then that's what we do. And that way, I'm not leaving it up to like a few people to fill all of my emotional needs. I have my emotional needs filled by a variety of people and a variety of different types of friendships and different types of relationships. And I like it that way. I do think it's interesting, like if I talk about, I mentioned that I was like single and with no kids, and that's what kind of has put me in this role a few times throughout my life. I'm also finding that now, as I've been talking about friendship on my channel and been hearing back from women who don't care, many of them have built in friendship relationship already. They have a partner, they have children, they have people living in their house. So it's not as much of an urgent necessity. For those of us who are alone, live alone, or nomadic, solo nomads, solo travelers, it is a necessity. Having people in your life, having friendship, having connection is important. I mean, I think for your health and well-being and everything else. So I stand by what Amy said. Thank you, 2022 Amy, for reminding me of some people I need to call. And I'm going to ask you, is there someone in your life you've lost touch with that you would love to reconnect with? This is your sign to do it today. Let me know how it goes in the comments. I'm your Gen X big sister signing out.